See more and more new earth manifestations. Think of family. We're in the water world, dog. We're in that tropical paradise. It's just taking a little bit of time to clear up and cleanse. And you know what's really taking the time, though? It's not even the cleansing. The cleansings happen rapidly. It's the minds of the people taking time to really adjust to the new climate, get acclimated to the new reality. Yeah, man. So it's like the people's minds are taking time to adjust to the new reality. But the new reality's already here, fam. Guys, you spiral up. You're going into a reality where you got glowing birds, fucking turtles, and rainbow mountains, heaven on earth. If you spiral down, you're going to be in a reality where you can vampire, parasite, snake things, and shit like that, because you're going to be in that realm. You understand me? Because look, in the Bible it say that the children of the Most High, right? Bang, sunlight. See, story up. See, in the Bible it say that the God's people, we're going to be in Jerusalem, New Jerusalem. Okay, we're going to be in New Jerusalem called the Crystal City. All right, we're going to be in the Crystal fucking City, New Jerusalem, right? And they said that everybody outside the walls of New Jerusalem going to be living in basically darkness. They're going to be wishing for death, and death will flee from them. Okay, but not in a good way. What Josh telling you is we're going to be in a new dimension, family, where there'll be no more death. Like I've been telling you guys, death, no one's going to die. So if you kept straight, you kept pure blood, you're going to live eternally, like righteously. But if you deviate and your DNA's backwards, you're going to be living dead, like your flesh is dying, right? Because you're full of disease and all kinds of nastiness. But you can't die because your cells are replicating infinitely at the same time. Same time you're dying, your cells are replicating because we're in a field of eternal light. That's what I'm telling you. It's new earth, new dimension. It even says it in the Bible. New Jerusalem represents new earth. See, and anybody outside the gates of New Jerusalem, you're going to be suffering. That means we're going to be right here in reality. You and I living like gods. And these people are going to be walking around in some weird fucking cave-like place that's not even close to where we're at, chewing on their own tongues like the Bible say to stop the pain they feel. They're going to be chewing on their own tongues and shit and tearing each other apart. That's hell right here. Yo, that's the people of the machine city. We're going to be living in New Jerusalem, meaning new earth, on the tropical paradise, while these cats are going to be trapped in the remnants of what's left of these in the metaverse and they're underground. That's outside the walls of Jerusalem. You guys heard me? Yes. Barriers are dimensional. The wall is a barrier, dimensional barrier. That's what he means by the walls, outside the walls of Jerusalem. It's a dimensional barrier. Right, hun? Yeah, basically. But your flesh suit doesn't necessarily, let's not call it die. Your flesh suit evolves. It evolves back to its original state because your flesh is just your soul slowed down. You don't have a soul. You are the soul. This is your soul. You're just slowed down and dense. It's not like you know what I mean? You're not actually inside. All right? The last burning remnant of your living soul, yes, your heart chakra right here where you sit, yes. But that's just the last remnant. Okay, it's actually all of this is your soul. This is just the RSI that your soul's projecting. All you are is the soul. There is nothing else. You are the living soul. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. So what you're going to do is you're going to start speeding up your atoms again. And this is just going to go back to being its crystal light body. So it's not really that the body's going to die. See? Well, you could call it that because it would be death to the old you, but it's not really death. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Right, son of light, straight. Danny, will the hexagon replace oxygen in the air? Yeah, well, what I'm saying is from long time is that we're not supposed to be breathing oxygen. So oxygen would be the distorted star tetrahedron. What we breathe is prana and chi. But they've been distorting the chi and prana and calling it oxygen. That's why we even rust and shit like that. And we don't have a proper balance of magnesium and all that. They took everything off balance. You see, man, I said that's why our melanin rust is not supposed to rust. Our melanin is oxidizing. What we're supposed to be doing is got the magnesium and the balance with the prana, and that shit turns you green, right? Because your barotheric gland produces the magnesium that combines with your melanin. See, so the magnesium would kind of be like your silicon base, all right? And the melanin would be the carbon base. And when those two elements combine, now you get your green hue, and you look like Osiris, and you become like a plant. You feel me? And then you go from there, you just keep going higher and higher. So like you be like an emerald then, a gem, right? You get your light body and you keep going higher and higher. Yeah. But right now we're at the lowest rate that you can be oscillating at and still technically be alive. You guys understand me? So it's just you, same way, just oscillating really low. Yeah, Sunlight. Yeah, many will. Don't Don Nugs. Thank you, family. Bless. I mean, I just do my best to make sure you guys can absorb the code the right way. You see what I said? Like the ancient giant trees. That yes, same way, same way. And we used to live amongst them like brothers and sisters. We could communicate with them. We had the same formulation, man. We were one. Thank you guys for the love always, as usual. You know how we go. You know what I said? You guys are amazing. Be the guy. My skin glitters. My light body sometimes a rainbow crystal. Yes, 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 yes. That's facts. That's facts. And there's something that I do sometimes when I'm in Jamaica, family. And I notice I do it when I'm in Jamaica. You can do it anywhere, but for some reason when I'm in Jamaica, I do it all the time. Just naturally. Like I walk down the street and you kind of tilt your head forward, family, like this, and kind of look up through your eyelashes. Like the sun is here in your face. Kind of tilt your head down and look up through your eyelashes. And family, it makes everything into rainbows. Like you be walking and everything's just rainbows. I figured out how to do it when I was a kid. You dig what I'm saying? And I just do it all the time when I'm home. It's this weirdest thing. I do it when I'm home. I don't do it much here. But when I'm home, I do it like religiously. Like you go outside, I'm serious. And it's like weird, but you just look kind of down, but up through you have to look through your eyelashes. And your eyelashes it just forms rainbows. Like the light gets bent and forms rainbows. So look at you're walking and just seeing rainbows everywhere. I'm telling you, it works. You gotta have the right angle though. I'm not the only one who does it. I'm telling you, it works, fam. You be seeing nothing but rainbows. Well, yeah, family, I'm telling you. And the thing with the skin, yes. Like, you ever see rainbow pythons and snakes and shit? How they be glowing, nigga? Yeah, we do the same shit. Now that I think about it. Like the octopus. And what's the plural of octopus? Octopi, I guess. Octopi. I don't know. Octopi, right? So octopi or octopuses or cuttlefish, right? You see how they can sparkle their shit and change their color? You guys realize that the reason they can do that is because they got melanin. And the octopus and the cuttlefish, they can control their melanin with their mind, bro. That's how come they can do that. They can make their shit come silver, gold, change any color, make it bioluminescent, anything they want. They do that with conscious mind, bro. Now you have that same fucking power, but guess what? Your shit's been turned off, bro. Now look at an electric eel. They can shock braid, 50,000 volts. Brah. Dog, what's the difference between you and the electric eel? Nothing. Just a combination of a DNA sequence. You understand? What's the difference between you and the octopi? Nothing. There's a combination of a DNA sequence. You have a block. Now, if you think about this in a sensible way, you'll know that everything outside yourself is something you're projecting. All the animals is something you're projecting. So a cheetah that runs 80 miles an hour is something you're projecting from your DNA. Do you understand? You're projecting these things from your DNA, from your memory banks. So all those attributes that belong in those, that are in those animals also are in you. They belong in you because you're projecting them into those animals. You're the reason those animals have those attributes. You share the same DEA. Same thing. Like I said, it's just a different combination. Okay? If you tap in now, you'll be like, you could do the same thing the octopus do. You could do the same thing a cheetah do. You could do the same thing an electric eel do. So now just imagine that. Let's combine that now into you right now. Imagine if you could turn on the part of your DNA that could make you shock like an electric eel. Shock me like an electric eel. Baby girl, turn me on with your electric feel. All right, so imagine you could do that. And imagine you could run fast as a cheetah at the same time. And now imagine have some armor like a rhino. That's it right there. You got to understand that all these things are locked into your light codes. It's not a physical body. It's not physical. If you realize that this shit is light, that is malleable, that you can mold with your mind, then you could become like a rhino shooting electricity and running faster than cheetah. And this is not some bullshit mumbo jumbo. This is what they study at DARPA. All right? And Raytheon. in all fucking places. The military industrial complex. All right? This is what they study, nigga, when they making their cyborgs and their genetic monsters and shit. This is what they doing. But they can't do it like me and you. We could just do it. This is what happened when Atlantis fell and when Egypt fell to the demons. They listened to the demons instead of God. That's what happens when you bit the apple. When you bite the apple. You took the knowledge before you were ready for it. Jah didn't want you to never not have the knowledge. You just wasn't ready for it. So now you corrupted your shit. Now you're all backwards. You're not ready for it. So now you got to use artificial means to gain access to the shit you already had naturally. You guys understand? Yo, serious shit. And thank you guys, man. Much love, everyone. Yeah, man. All my brothers and sisters, y'all are shit. You see me? For real. I ain't have to plead the fifth. Yeah, family. I'm telling you, doggy. In the reality, you realize that your shit is just light. You are a soul and just living light. So imagine you got your DNA, right? Hey, Misha, what up? Bless, thank you for the follow. So imagine you got your light code, right? Your DNA, your Akashic crystal records. And now you could access that shit and be like, look, I want to access the part of me that got bird wings today. And you're light. So you don't have to grow them all grotesque and shit. You just light. Light, you got wings. You form them out of light like a fucking hologram. I'm dead ass. You can form a whole light shield around yourself. Make it whatever you want to be. Because you have access to, bro, you are just light waves. Okay? And your mind is the light wave bender. Your mind is the light wave bender. And your DNA is all the codes and the instructions you need to become whatever it is you want to become. But now we've been locked off. I told you we blocked off from our own shit. If you had access, family, think about it. If you used all your DNA strands instead of this junk DNA bullshit, what do you think this would be? That's what they call in junk DNA. It's all the access that you've been blocked from all these elements and powers that you actually are. They locked you off. It's not just junk. That's the shit they did when they genetically modified us. Remember, we're the same God beings. That's why we still have the same DNA. They just went in and shut strands off. You got 12 strands in this shit. You're only using 2. Imagine, that's why, you know, they always 12 disciples, 12 this, 12 that. Niggas, your 12 strands. Man, look what we do with 2. Imagine if we use 12 like in that movie Lucy, my nigga. I'm not kidding. Lucy just started accessing all her DEA. That's all that happened. And then that's what happens. You start accessing your mind and all that shit, and you have access to everything. You can bend reality, because reality is bendable. It's just light. And like I said, this mind is the light wave bender. And your DNA carries the instructions. Once you could tap in, nigga, there's no limit to what you can be. All right? They're going to kick me out. I'll be right back.